Hello guys. Next we will be seeing about the more on embedded system, about the components of the embedded system and components and functioning of embedded systems. So this is the basic block diagram of an embedded systems, and next we'll be seeing about the communication ports. So for an embedded system, the communication port is very important thing, and it is needed for data to be communicated, which is being generated, has to be communicated to the outside world, and it can be outside data that has to be communicated for processing inside embedded system. So certain cases, the I/O can be connected to the communication port also. So the IOs can be kept at somewhere else, and it is being communicated over any serial interface. And based upon the input received by the IO, it will be processed and it will be communicated over again through the serial port to the actuators also. So there are the very type of communication protocols are being there, and some of them are UART, CAN protocol, SPI, that is a serial variable interface, and I2C protocol. So it inter-integrated circuits. Mostly, SPI and I2C will be most commonly used in the embedded based systems, small scale embedded based systems, and USB. This is why we used for sophisticated and Ethernet and RS-232, RS-423, and RS-485 where will be used for a network communication protocol. So, but for a smaller level of embedded system, the microcontroller has on-chip communication ports will be there. Some of the ports that is being available in Arduino Uno has UART, I2C, and SPI. For sending a data from one board to the another, we'll be using the serial protocols, but we for that we need to program it based upon our requirements. The input and output. So next we'll be seeing about the input and output. To interact with an embedded system, we need an input. The input may be provided by using the user or by some sensors. Sometimes some systems need more input or output, so the processor selection will be based on the IOs. So these inputs and outputs are generally divided in terms of ports. It will be given a different names for a different controller and processor. In certain 8051 based microcontrollers, it will be indicated as a port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. And for a Atmega series will be indicated as a port A, port B, port C. The number of ports will be vary depends upon its own controller. For example, in certain operation, we need just a single port is enough. So we need to choose based upon the controller series. That is, a series number will be given, and a series number will be anyway linked with the number of ports. So you need to identify the best processor having the actual number of ports. That is what you needed. So the I/O need to be configured for a input and output. The I/O can be these ports can be operated both as an input and also as an output. So we need to configure before at a program. We need to inside a program before the process being beginning. We need to configure it whether it is an input port or an output port. So the application specific, some hardware components are common while designing the embedded system, but some are different and depends upon the application need. So like a temperature sensor need a temperature sensor for sensing the temperature, while on the other hand, alcohol sense detector has a sensor to detect the alcohol level. But the remaining hardware components might be same like a power supply, processor, and display devices and buzzer for the alert. So the application specific circuit, we need a dedicated circuit to be attached with the controller to perform its own application needed. The software components. Let us see. So far, we have seen about the hardware components. Next, we'll be looking into the software components. There are different software tools for programming and coding. We need a program written in assembly in embedded LLC language, and then we need to compile it. So this compiled code is converted into hex code, that is hexadecimal code, which can be in terms of binary ones and zeros, where the machine can understand it. So this hex code is programmed or burnt into the ROM of the system by using some kind of the developer indicate programmer. We need a program written in assembly or in embedded C language, and then we compile it. The compiled code is converted into hex code, and this code is programmed or burnt into the ROM of the system using some programmer. So there are tools are generally used in embedded systems. Assembler will be using the emulator, how it's performing. Actually, it's a debugging tool, a debugger, and compiler. So these are the 4 different tools that we'll be using in designing of embedded systems. So the assembler. Let us start with the assembler. So when a program is written in assembly language, this assembly language program is converted into hex code using this utility. So then using some hardware can called as a programmer, we can write into the chip. So the assembler is the last step where the program will be converted into the machine language format, and then it is burnt into the controller. So the emulator is a hardware or a software tools that has a similar functionality to the target system. It is like emulating the complete systems so that we can see how it is being performed. For example, in MATLAB, we are designing a mathematical format of a particular system. For example, DC machine. If you take an example of a DC machine, we'll be designing the mathematical form of a DC machine in a MATLAB, and we'll be checking the performance of the system, and then we'll be applying the particular code to the DC machine platform so that we can we can see how actually it is being working. So it is kind of an emulation so that we can emulate the complete microcontroller into a different system. It is a hardware utility and will be executing its own functionality and other component kind of thing. It is a replicated of the target system and can be used for the debugging of the codes and issues. So once the program or code is fixed with at the host system, it is transferred to the actual target systems. The debug.